Speaking of which,
All right, you're gonna have to pull that microphone towards you.
how close? Like right here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Are we recording now?
Yeah, we've been recording.
Okay. I was actually watching, we're talking about soy. I was watching 2 videos this morning.
Yeah.
Stan Efferding, and then,
The new one
yeah,
was from Mark Bell.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then Joe DeFranco did a new one too from some shit he did last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And they both did this gigantic thing about how your recovery means more than your work time.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But people still don't get it.
I would tell you, yeah, no shit, but I'm fat and I'm weak now.
Well, yeah, but
At my strongest, I slept the most. I would work out in the morning, go to work out in the morning, eat a huge breakfast, and then if I ate the rest of the day, cool. But it was like every day, 8 p.m. I'm done. I'm showered, relaxing, going to bed every day, and that was the most, along with maybe some Mexican supplements.
And now you Mexican supplements.
That was before it got banned.
And now you sleep like 3 hours a day.
That's horrible.
Or just all sorts of jacked up.
Yeah. I don't know. I know why I can't sleep is because my bed here is horrible. And so I sleep on the couch.
Have you done the melatonin and all that different stuff? Seen it? It'll help you?
I try not to take anything aside from Monster Energy drinks. But thanks to you, by the way.
I don't know.
I had a cake. I bought the blue Monsters, right?
Like a cake?
Yeah, I got burned out on the red.
Not a kid.
Right? So I'm out there. I got a drawer full of Monsters. And I'm just going through them. And it got to the point like I did in 2003 or something. Whenever I was in Iraq, I was just drinking them. Just like,
Rippets?
No. There were monsters out there, but I think
You
that's
see how
what I had.
excited my face.
Yeah.
Got one of the rippets.
Oh, there's a 40-ounce rippet? No.
Rippets.
But yeah.
Not state. I'm not talking stateside rippets. I'm talking.
No.
I'm talking Iraq.
I'm talking about the ones with possible.
The ones that are completely illegal
heroin.
stateside. Yes.
Yeah.
Those. Might have some meth mixed in with them.
Yeah.
I didn't know they made liquid meth, but they did.
Oh yeah. There's a market for it. But I found myself just drinking them, just drinking and drinking, and it got to the point where I would drink them when I was thirsty instead of I'm tired or first thing in the morning. And I was like, I gave them away. I gave it to someone's crew. I said, I can't do this. And then when I got back here, I went on a white monster kick. I just kicked that last week, I think. Cause it got bad. I got back, went to Lulu's, and was like, oh man, white monster. Went up to, I got about 6 of them. Like, all right, cool. They got to the same point where I would have me a nice slice of pizza. Fucking monster. It got so bad. I got, you know what the wine glasses are? The stemless? I got the
You were pouring your monster in a wine glass?
on the rocks. It was so bad. I gotta stop this.
Did you at least take a picture of it?
No.
You need a video of that. That's pretty
That's incriminating.
I think I drink like at least one a day.
Yeah. I gotta get off of it because I just my argument for them always all they have on vitamins, there's energy. I said, and I'm a holistic guy, but I'm not. I go, why not just go get a ginseng root? But I understand it's lovely and stuff.
You're just gonna walk around gnawing ginseng?
Yeah.
Just tastes so good.
That's always been my argument, but I understand it's marketing, fancy colors. The lady that
when you get back stateside, just do me this one. When you get back stateside, go try the grape.
Grape?
There's a grape one.
Bro, racial undertones, but go ahead.
Negative. It is my favorite one.
Yeah? Is it everywhere though?
Yeah. Stateside it is.
Yeah.
And you made that a racial undertone.
You offered me
just saying.
grape.
I said try it. It's my favorite one.
Okay. All right.
I didn't say, hey Hocker, you're black. Why don't you go try this one? You want me to fucking offer up some watermelon with it too or something? Then that would be racial. Yeah.
Seedless, all the GMOs. But
stupid.
we were talking about man, my brain is everywhere. Do you know how bad I wanted one out there? We had this little 4x4. It was horrible. Cause I wanted to do flow charts. I was like, okay. We're talking about Facebook and YouTube now, ribs and all that stuff.
Right.
But I was talking about stemless wine glasses, right? And we're talking about pushing your own product and all this kind of stuff. I find that and we talked about this before, but I find that I'm so much more invested in someone else's idea than I am mine.
Right.
It's to the point where it's almost, it almost gets in my way. Because instead of, I mean, right now, I think back a week or something. Now, I could record a podcast every week, but I'm online just searching how to do this, how to do that. So a friend of mine, they have Markel Benet wine, right? And I'm just going, man, when I get back to Maryland, I can take these pictures, and because their Instagram game is just, let's just say it's slacking. They're not going on record.
Which is horrible.
Right, and I'm thinking, because they're a wine company, and I get that, but I'm going, Instagram is the easiest. You can write a whole story on their Vice, Facebook or Twitter or anything. And I'm just looking up like, I want to go home, write some stuff or take some pictures, do up some captions and just go, all right, well this is what you're missing. Because there's people that are tagging them in their wine tasting events and all this stuff, but their Instagram presence is just vacant.
Well, social media presence.
If they have a YouTube, not YouTube, they have a Facebook account and a website. I go, okay, that's great. No Twitter, it depends on what you're doing. Twitter's effective or not. I'm thinking, you gotta have Instagram.
Right.
At least.
And your Instagram should be driving people to your Facebook, and your Instagram and Facebook both should be driving people to your website.
Because if nothing with that specific product, they could most likely do a Pinterest also. And just kind of like get the moms, whoever's in the Pinterest world in that category.
But I think the biggest bang for your buck for a smaller company like that right now is Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to do like the little Facebook ads that run on there.
Yeah.
Right, they're cheap.
Yeah. I've done that, but I've seen more return off of Instagram. It's wild.
Yeah.
By doing nothing.
Well, you're still not shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
If you run extra money to put an ad up.
I shouldn't twirl around.
No, you're gonna fall off the chair. You're gonna fall off the chair and be embarrassed.
6-year-old.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the big issue. I can't remember what I'll have to if I had an internet connection. I was watching this one guy on YouTube. He was talking about
you have an internet connection
because my phone's on
okay.
whatever. But I looked it up, just like steps to success or something like that. And he was saying how you can hit these milestones, but one, not set those milestones, but two, get hung up in those milestones. Well, he was talking about when he started his business. I don't know what he does actually, but he was saying he got caught up just buying a bunch of nonsense cars and spending thousands of dollars and didn't have that. And I think, not saying that the company does that, the wine company, but I can't see that they are saying, oh, we're here, which is great because we weren't here last week or last year. So we can kind of hang out here instead of really just living it every day. Even if you have, so say they have a 9 to 5, I don't know if they do. They say every Thursday and Friday, we have to sit down and push out this much content or organize this much stuff for next week.
Or each day we want to do 3 Instagram posts. It doesn't take that long to do an Instagram post.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying because I used to do that for mine. There's all these apps and all this stuff out there where you can just schedule it, but you have to sit down and set this stuff up. So you get your alert and okay, yeah, post.
But how long does that take you to do?
No, but it for them, I think for everybody, you have to have a direction. So right now, you would do the holidays, do Thanksgiving, New Year's, Christmas.
Christmas is mad. Their wine sales are through the roof during the holidays.
Exactly. But that's what I'm seeing that they're not doing. And they're doing fine. And they've got their wine in different stores all across the country. I get it. It's great. But I look at that. I think that right there is what they're missing. Because if you look at Moet,
they're comfortable.
Jane, yeah. Comfortable or ignorant. Because somebody has the idea to make an Instagram account. But they're not.
Yeah, but then once they got into the stores they wanted to get into, to them, a lot of, not just to them, but to a lot of people, once you get to where you're, oh, okay, cool. No, you're not.
Yeah.
You can be so much better than what you're at.
Yeah, and
being comfortable kills you.
Yeah.
That's what, because I haven't changed my Instagram to, it's still set on private right now.
Right.
But that's just because I was working through some stuff and my wife's coaching me a little bit on it.
Really?
Bro, I literally just opened it up when I figured out, when they told me I tore my pec.
Yeah.
and I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to do YouTube, or if I'm going to get a set up a Facebook page and start doing the Facebook Watch stuff. Because I'm kind of going to do like a rebuilding story. Because basically right now, and it's hard for me to swallow when I do it, but I'm going in the gym every day with 15-pound dumbbells, getting on an incline bench, doing 100 reps.
Right.
That's all I can do.
But that's a workout, though. That is a workout, just not one that you're used to doing. So, yeah.
Yeah, but it's still a lot for a dude who is hitting 365 to all of a sudden this is all I can do. And it's all they're going to let me do for the next 3 to 4 months. So it's frustrating. What's going on over there? You're really distracting with all this moving around.
So we were talking about that before, about making, instead of me trying to create content, just let content be created through life. Like, that's some old majestic shit to say, right? But
it's the truth.
Yeah. So I was talking to a friend of,
That makes you real.
yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine about, I think I told you about the guy that has a gym and all this stuff, right? And he went through the same thing. He got hurt and injured. He messed up his neck, got surgery and all that stuff. So I told him, I said, there's a month's worth of video right there. Recovery, road back to, whatever, however they want to, however he wants to start it up. So that could be your kind of out. Not to say that what you did before was trapped, but that's where they're called vlogs or whatever. That's where that stuff comes in, where you just go, this is where I was, this is what happened, this is where I'm starting.
Right.
Now, people buying into that, it may not be the same because you didn't have this huge following before.
Right.
But the fact is, you're still there, people will buy into it, and then hopefully what happens is people ask you, well, what happened? What were your numbers?
But what if my one video or one Instagram post helps out one person?
Yeah.
That's one extra person that I've been able to have a positive impact on. That's what I'm looking at right now, you know what I mean? So, and then also, I'm starting to work with a supplement company, and I'm still waiting for the product to get out here. I'm probably actually going to bring it back out after I come back from Christmas, but that's going to be a lot of stuff here. I'm going to start making content for their Instagram, but it's going to go on mine in there, so it's just kind of be a shared
I think
thing.
they told me about that.
So they're have you heard of what are they called? CBDs, the oils?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what they're doing, and because WADA, World Anti-Doping Association, legalized CBD, they took it off their ban list, right?
Right.
USADA in January is taking it off their ban list. So all these fighters and all these guys, because of the anti-inflammatory benefits of the CBDs, they're taking their supplement line and they're infusing it with the CBDs.
What?
Yeah. So they've got a whey protein, and I'll get some of this once I get it out here. I'll get some of this stuff to you so you can try it out too. But they've got a whey protein. They've got some. They've got like a pre-workout. They've got an everyday kind of feel-good pill. All this stuff that they're doing. And it's going to be they're one of the first companies I've seen that have actually taken the sports supplement line and tried to do this with it. I mean, there's other stuff out there, but it's just like one product.
Right.
Where they're going to have multiple products across the board for sports supplementation, because basically you're taking, and the THC is completely out of the product, so you don't have to worry about
Getting high.
getting high or any of the, like, I don't like getting high, right?
Yeah.
And even I took all this stuff back into my bathroom, but they gave me they gave me a bunch of little codeine tablets after my surgery out here. They don't do
With Vicodins?
yeah, they don't do Vicodins, but they gave me a bunch of these little codeine tablets, like dissolvable, right? So you just drop them in the effervescent. That's what I was looking for. You just drop them in the water and then you drink it. I took one like the second day I was home.
Right.
I took a serving of it. Dude, I was so high it was ridiculous. And I was just sitting here on the couch. I didn't know what I was doing. Just and I was like, this is freaking miserable. So I started talking to the people who own it. It's called Canna Beast. I started talking to them. They're my wife's friends. That's how I met them.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, dude, we'll send you a bunch of stuff and you can try it out. So.
Yeah, I never. I got ear surgery and broke my neck and my back. They gave me Vicodin and all this stuff, and I've never been a pill person.
Right.
Never. My father was. My mother not so. She let me take aspirin, but I just grew up. I've never been a pill person. And then as I got older, I started to say, well, give me in theory, right? Give me the plant. Don't give me the
right.
scientific, refabricated, whatever.
Right.
So doing something like CBD, it makes sense because it is processed, right? They don't give you a fucking leaf, but
right.
It's probably as close as just like diet, right? Trying to lose weight, where you just try to get something as close to its original form as possible, and chances are you're going to feel better. So I can see that with pain because I took one Vicodin, done. The only thing I do like, it's bad. The only thing I do like that I've ever taken, fentanyl. Ugh, puts me out. Love it, but I go to sleep. And I took that when I broke my back. I was just laying on the bed, pain, hurting, and the nurse was like, "Do you want painkillers?" I said, "Yeah." No, I said, "No, I'm good." Hour later, my wife is sitting there. She's like, "Just take something," and so I called the nurse in there. She's like, "We got fentanyl, we got codeine, all these stuff." I was like, "Fentanyl,"
Yeah.
And dude, she put that stuff in my damn IV. Ooh, done.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, but yeah, man, I think.
Well, that's what, like,
there has to be an evolution in that.
the opiates. Like, I have an addictive personality.
Right.
And the first time, so I've had 3 knee surgeries.
Mm-hmm.
After my first surgery, they actually had to pull back. They kept me in the hospital 3 extra days
Yeah.
than what they wanted to because my pain tolerance was so high.
Yeah.
They were actually like, the lady was like, this is enough to tranquilize a horse, what we're having to give you right now.
Yeah.
And then when I had my second surgery, they gave me a ton of Vicodin.
Right.
A ton. And I was borderline addicted to them, bro.
Right.
Really was. And I was like,
Right.
this cannot be good. So now when I did the third surgery, I just handed them, at that point in time, I'd already gotten married and stuff. So I just I had my wife go fill the prescription. And I said, keep them in the house in case something goes wrong and I just get too bad where I can't handle it. But don't let me know where they are.
Right. Yeah.
Because I know as soon as I have one, I'm going to want 5.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's just, you get that euphoric high and you're just kind of like, it's an opiate.
That's how I am with food. Yeah.
You're euphoric high with food?
Yeah. I have to only buy one pie. If I get 3 of them, I'm eating all 3. Yeah. And it's do you ever feel like you want to offset that? Because I feel like that's how I am. Everybody wants to buy Jordans. Everybody wants to do this. Everybody wants to do that. And I reject it because of that, unless it's something that benefits me. Everybody wants to save money and invest. So, okay, yeah, I'll do that. But with things like that, if I find myself kind of getting maybe even hooked or whatever, I'll go, nah, because I know I have a problem.
Right.
And it may not be catastrophic and threatening your family, but I always look at that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but it could lead you down that road where it turns into something bigger than what.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was like that with gambling when I was. I love gambling.
Yeah.
I'm not good at it, but I love it.
Yeah.
And when I was in California for 6 months or something, and I didn't have anything to do, so every day I would go do the morning meeting, right? And then by 9 o'clock, I was at the casino for like 7 hours, and I was fresh out of Afghanistan.
So you had money,
tens of thousands of dollars, and I would just play. And then I sat there and I went, "Oh, this is ridiculous." And I just backed off of it. Even now, living in Maryland, I think there's a casino somewhere over there. I don't even want to know where it is,
right?
Because I'm like, I'll go.
Yeah.
But I find myself not with. There's still some kind of chemical release, endorphins, and all that stuff, but painkillers and things. It's easy for me to reject that because I'm not in the pills. But I understand what you're saying. But I also try to offset it and go, I can't do that. I can't do any of that stuff.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Well, this is I'm like that with drinking.
yeah.
I'm like that with any kind of like basically any kind of substance.
Yeah.
Where I know it can lead me down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
way more quickly than I can control.
Right.
So don't even put that in my life. Like if a couple of guys came over last night, right, and they brought beer.
Right.
So there's now like 10 beers in my fridge.
Yeah.
And they will, honest to goodness, they will probably just sit there until I leave and they'll get thrown out or somebody else will drink them.
Right.
Because I'm not even going to open that rabbit hole because guess what? I have 3 of those beers and then all of a sudden that coating becomes a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then next thing I know, I'm waking up laying on my carpet wondering what I was doing. And it's like, okay, I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. So it's exactly what you're saying. I'll find something else to do.
Wow.
If it starts getting that bad,
yeah,
I'll just leave the house.
I think that's why I never drank, because I was raised around liquor and everything. My mother drank and my father drank too. But when I turned 21, I've tried beer and like, what is it, tequila, just all the bullshit you do when you join the Navy, right? None of it's appealing. Even I've been drunk and I'm just like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I've been high, I'm good.
Getting drunk used to be fun for me. Now that I'm a little more advanced in age and I have kids and all that stuff, it's kind of like, no.
Yeah. But I was never in that group either. People going out, getting drunk, partying. I used to do record promotions, so you had to be sober when you're going out in the clubs. Plus I was 17. So I know how to enjoy the nightlife without being drunk. And I think that's where a lot of it comes from, being 21 and just kind of like, well, I've seen dum-dums acting up. I don't want to be that guy.
Oh, yeah.
And mostly I think I get paranoid. When stuff starts to go down in a club or just out, period, I want to be able to go, I'm done. I'm leaving them out. Grab whoever's with me or whatever, and I'm leaving. So I think a little bit of fear, too.
Yeah, I started bouncing when I was like 25 or 26.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of a wake-up call. Because then I would still go to the clubs. Like the owners would give me a free table or whatever. Oh, we'll give you 3 bottles. And I would literally sit there. I'd bring my friends in. Yeah. And have my wife bring her friends. And they would consume all the liquor. And I would just be sitting there. And everybody would be like, you're not working. You can relax. I'm like, but I don't want to be that guy to my crew that's still working. Yeah. I don't want to be the guy that's walking around like, because those guys are really annoying. Yeah. And fighting with a drunk person is not fun. Yeah. Verbally or physically. It's just like, come on, dude. I told you to leave. Shut up and leave.
Yeah, I've had to get some people. I had a friend of mine, he was trying to fight another guy over the guy's girl. I'm like, come on. He was drunk though. I was like, this is ridiculous, man. The guy was, he easily 250, 6'5". Like, let's get out of here. It's ridiculous how some people get.
I think it really hit that lesson really hit me probably 3 years ago. Yeah. Because my wife's uncle owns a security company. So he brought me on board to help him start running some accounts and stuff. Yeah. And I would go check on the different accounts on the weekends, drive around. That's all I did. And so I'd get in the club, sober as all get out, and I'd see these guys. They're just housed. And I'm like, that's just, you're not being very respectful to yourself right now, bro. Yeah. You're a freaking joke. And they always pull out a big-ass knot. Yeah. All this money, yeah, but you're an idiot. Yeah. And I'm about to knock you out. You just don't know it.
Right.
That's when it really hit me like, yeah, I don't want to be that guy anymore that goes out to the club and gets all jacked up. And plus the kids weigh in on it a lot too now. You got to be a good example for your kids. How good of an example am I if I'm hungover? If I go out on a Friday night and I'm hungover all day on Friday when the kids want to go to the park, and daddy doesn't want to go anywhere because daddy's hungover, it's just not a good look.
Or you do want to go somewhere and you are hungover.
Yeah.
Because kids can tell.
Yeah. Miserable.
As young as I can remember, I remember my mother was drunk. I'm just like, I didn't know anything until I was older, but I just went, she had an addiction and everything. Yeah. But that's ridiculous when you can't prioritize like that. And I'm not saying don't have fun, because I know all my kids will grow up. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully they're like me. They go out, they have a couple of drinks and go, man, it's not for me. Because I think a lot of what happens, a lot of people just buy into it. you know, just like being
This
in
is
the
what I'm
military.
supposed to do.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
like, not really. You know, you can be aware and wise to it and then know what's going on, but you don't have to be part of it. You don't have to be that part of it. But yeah,
Well, a lot of times that doesn't make sense to people.
no, it's hard.
Yeah.
When I say, and I'm almost 40 now, but when I tell people, like, oh, you don't drink, every time, what's wrong? What happened? Nothing happened. And I tell them when I go back home after a weekend out, I still got my $600 in my pocket. I didn't blow it on the bar. They go, oh, yeah. Well, no shit. But you don't think, no one goes, it's just like dating somebody. No one goes into the relationship with liquor, or pills, or anything thinking about that. It's only afterwards. And I was fortunate enough to sit back and watch that, and just people would be young guys just blowing money. I was just, oh, here's a drink. And no, I'm good, man. I'll go up there, give me a Coca-Cola, sit down, relax, and drive everybody home. But just none of that appealed to me. I don't know why. I mean, I know why, because I'm awesome, but
Easy.
Yeah.
Questionable. Questionable. Questionable.
So what's up with the supplement line? So it's not yours.
It's
You're just
not
kind
mine.
of partnered with it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
We're just kind of
You do a lot of that stuff, though, don't you? Kind of not an advisor, but you kind of a little bit here, a little bit there.
yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
So I mean, because they reached out to me. Like I said, they were my wife's friends and stuff, but we actually got them both in our gym back in Orange County. My buddy's training both the owners now. So when I go back at Christmas time, we're actually going to film a bunch of content for them.
Yeah.
Just me and my buddy doing stupid stuff at the gym. And when I say stupid stuff, I mean like doing workouts. Like, not anything insane. We'll end up doing some we focus on we'll do our strength, but then we also want to do a bunch of functional stuff.
Right.
So a lot of stuff we'll do heavy farmer carries, because it's basically a garage gym, right?
Yeah.
So we are in an industrial area. We have a big area outside. We'll go out and do heavy farmer carries. We'll put on a 40 or 60 pound vest, do the farmer carries, do a buddy carry, throw somebody over your shoulder, take them back,
Man.
grab something else. Have like 3 or 4 implements out there.
Yeah.
So we'll do like 5 rounds of it. So by the time we're done, we'll do a whole squat workout, legs, and then we'll give ourselves about 10 minutes, and then we go out and do the WOD. So one of the things, and that's what we were trying to communicate to them, was you guys got to have, if you want to push a supplement as a sports supplement,
Yeah.
you need to be showing that kind of thing. I mean, they signed a fighter in a lower level organization right now, and he's starting. I got onto him the other day. I was like, "You guys got this fighter," and he literally maybe has 2 posts on their Instagram. I was like, dude, if you were sponsoring this guy,
I was gonna say, so they're basically asking him be a spokesman.
Yeah,
And,
and he's not giving them the material. So I told him the other day, because we were talking about, I was like, look, the material because we'll probably give him 2 days worth of filming and that kind of stuff material. Right. Out of those 2 days, if you take a ton of snapshots off that, you've got enough Instagram content for a month.
Yeah.
But this kid has only given them 2 or 3 posts that they put on their Instagram. And his Instagram, I looked at he's got some on there, and he's got their little emblem on his shorts and that stuff. So it's there, but if you're not calling attention to it,
it's not saying anything. Right. Or at least trying to attribute X to Y.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not there. So I'm working with them on that. I'm working with them on their basically on their marketing. And then I'll probably start being a distributor for them here after the holidays are over.
Right.
So they'll send me out the stuff, and I'll pay the wholesale, and then I'll do the markup on whatever I sell, kind of thing.
Right.
Until they decide that they want to sponsor me, and they just send me all the stuff, which is not too far down the road, but
the kid, I call him a kid, right? But him or your company, they may not know about how to post. And you were talking about your wife had to show you what Instagram is about. I do the same thing with my wife. She knew, she heard of it, but she didn't know anything about it. So I think if you can, I've sat down for an hour class before, many different physical classrooms, right? I didn't pay for it. It was free. And I figured out, how do you kind of set up all of these posts? How do you post? What do you post? I mean, even talking to you, just how to create content. So that kid, he may not know he may not know how to generically kind of create content.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked to another guy I work with. He races cars, and he was trying to put stuff on his YouTube channel and Instagram. And a lot of times the people that he's hooking up with flake out. And I told him, I said, just get your phone or a camera and just set it up where you're working on your car, changing tires, whatever. Just set it up and run nothing but B-roll.
Right.
Not B-roll, but just run the camera.
Yeah.
And then chop it and voice over. And there's your content. If you're just trying to constantly put content out. And I don't think people see that it's really that easy, especially with somebody that's a fighter. I'm running, I'm training, I'm eating, whatever, That's easy stuff to post.
And that's what I think people get too wrapped around the axle of, I said wrapped around the axle.
Yeah, I was going to let it slide.
Of I have to make content.
Right.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Your daily life is your content.
Right.
It's just how you execute it and how you post it and put it up.
Yeah.
So like everything that I'm putting on my Instagram right now is my daily stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm that guy that's in the gym who'll be like, hey, bro, hit that record button real quick for like 10 seconds.
Right.
I was using one of the guys that was working for me.
Yeah.
But he just took off the transfer. So now I got to find a new cameraman. But it's, I think people get too wrapped around. I have to make content.
Right.
To get the views, and your life.
I'm
what
all
you
about,
do on a daily that's your freaking content, man.
I'm all about trying to identify content. Going, what am I doing? Oh, so I'm leaving here soon, right? When I leave, best believe I'm going to have a camera rolling, getting on the airplane, transferring here, doing all this, and then later go back, chop it, voice over. This is where I am with the podcast or whatever, because I can foresee that, right? I can see that down the road. But I think, a problem is when you're sitting around doing nothing and you go, I got to do something. And then that's when that content can seem transparent. Not transparent, but fake.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
everybody's got one of these.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Everybody's got a smartphone.
Yeah.
That's your content, right? You don't need to go out. Like, you see some of these guys that are trying to get wrapped around the YouTube channel or something like that.
Yep.
They go out and spend all this money on this equipment.
Yeah.
Guess what? Your first 6 or 7 years, you're not going to get enough views to pay for that equipment.
Yeah.
You're really not.
Yep.
Until people start discovering you. Maybe you do some collabs with somebody that gets your name out there a little bit more. Right here, dude.
Yeah.
iPhones. Smartphones. Whatever you want to use.
Yeah.
They got better cameras than half the freaking cameras you can go buy at the store.
Yeah, I use mine a lot, and I'll do what I usually do is,
I know it's recording me right now.
yeah, what I do is in the notes, I do up my templates or whatever I'm going to do, so then I can record it and chop off the nonsense at the beginning and end, and then throw it on Instagram or YouTube and just drop my descriptions or whatever in the bottom. All right. Well, he's going to pee. But yeah, I often see people, they try to figure out how to make content, and I'm guilty of it too. But a lot of it is just whatever you're doing. If you're into cars, if you're into putting puzzles together, whatever it is, if you just kind of do whatever you do and record it, then that'll be your content, and then people really see the process. I was watching a video a couple weeks ago, and it was about a guy who was he did vending machines. So he had a regular 9-to-5, but he owned 3 or 4 vending machines, and he literally, the title of the video was like vending machine pickup run or something. So he literally got in his car, went to the vending machines, put out all his money, right? And then he went to Walmart or Sam's Club or something to buy more Mountain Dew and Coca-Cola for the video. But yeah, just I was just talking to the people. But a lot of it though is just videoing what you're doing if you're a cook, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to buy spatulas today.
Yeah.
Guess what you're recording? You driving to the store, talking to the camera. I'm going to get some spatulas. I got to try this out. And that's your content. Yeah. And I was just talking to them about a guy he did vending machines. He had a regular 9 to 5, but he has like a series. So he went to go get his money from the vending machines, and that was probably a 12-minute video. It's horrible as far as camera angles and how he's speaking to the camera. He's doing a lot of what they call filler words and all that stuff. But it got to the point where in his comments, and I think forget subscribers, forget likes, forget follows. If you get that interaction, people are going, "Hey, how much is a vending machine?"
Right.
It's like $1,000 to $10,000, whatever it is.
Right.
Where can I get them? And he's like, Craigslist, like $5,000. How do you split the commission or whatever with the? How do you split the commission with the person that you have the vending machine at? And he said, sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. The fact that those workers can stay on the site and not drive off to get drinks, that's enough for the owner to not want anything. But if other times I'll just do a flat rate, 10%, right, for having my daggone. It's a Coca-Cola. It's not James's machine. It's Coke, Sprite, Pepsi, whatever the thing is. But I was watching that video and I went down a rabbit hole. But a lot of it is that creating content is whatever you do. You're a mixed martial artist. You're a cooker. You're a baker. You're a podcaster, right? Whatever it is. Because I've done content where I'm trying to fix my website and I'm just struggling, but getting somebody to take a picture and run video, and through that, people in the comments are like, "Hey, when you get back home, let me know. We can sit down." All right, well, man, that's awesome because I need the help. But I just don't think a lot of people see that. They think that content. If you look at the successful, the popular people out there creating content, it seems like their life. It seems effortless, but at that point, that's their life. Their life is.
It seems effortless because they have an entire production team behind them that's doing everything.
Or they're just, that's just their life. They wake up and go, all right, I have to reply to all 700 of these comments. Well, that's a video in itself, or that's a YouTube, Twitter post, whatever it is.
Did you just kill my chair?
I just flop down.
Sound like you. Yeah.
It's okay.
A little bit.
They make enough money off of you. They can buy a new
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know. My YouTube game is real.
That's why I'm just iffy about it. We'll get it. I'll get it going here. I need to get it going.
I was
even if I only get one person viewing it, even if you're the only person that watches my YouTube,
I'll just like it, comment, repost every time.
There you go.
I was talking. I think it wasn't that same Instagram class, but quite a few people say so for your Instagram. You have to put 9 pictures, 9, 3, 6, 9, 12, 9 or 12 pictures. I can't remember, but to fill up that page on that phone, so when someone goes to your Instagram, it at least looks full, like you're active, and it makes sense. And that's what I was looking at when you're trying to start an Instagram account for a business page. A business, I've seen it. You go to Presona's Instagram account, has one picture. I'm going, you got to give me something,
right?
You know. So I mean, there's a lot of tricks to not making your social media presence or even your company seem active, but to just show it.
I was on 3 to 4 posts a day. Yeah, and then being active enough to go to other people's posts and comment on them. Yeah, that's what we were talking about before I think it was before we started recording.
Probably so.
I was talking about Gary Vee, who you said you didn't know who he is, which is very disappointing to me. Yeah. I'm going to need you to look him up when we get done.
Gary Vee?
Yeah. Okay. Vaynerchuk.
I'll give him a look.
Because he's one of the things, and that's one of the things that he was talking about this week on one of the posts he sent out was the $1.80 investment in Instagram. And what he means by the $1.80 is you go to 90 different people and put your 2 cents in, put one comment in there. And If you're doing the fitness stuff, you find 90 people that are doing fitness stuff in your area. Comment on it. Hey, that was a good squat, dude. Or hey, have you tried this? Just your 2 cents. And then all of a sudden you got maybe those people reply back to you and maybe they follow you. Maybe other people scrolling through that list of comments see you and like, oh, I want to check this dude out.
Yeah, I've done on YouTube. I'll do that. Even Instagram more. As long as they're.
I know you did. That's how you got your Instagram up from 20 to, what is it, 150 now?
I don't know. I lost count. Let's see. But I think a lot of that has to do with what I was just talking. If the Instagram name tag or whatever it is sounds like a business, certainly. But if it does, if it's just a person, it looks like they put some effort into their actual profile picture. Yeah, I'll do good stuff. I follow people that way. Just because they comment. And it's usually on something. It's usually a real comment.
180.
180,
You're
baby.
up to 180, dude.
170 followers.
But even look at this, like,
up that percentage. What are you talking about? The podcast?
No.
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
November 28th was your last post.
Oh, was it?
Yes, it was.
Let me see it.
It's some video you did of a paper shredder.
Oh, some asshole. Yeah.
I'm just saying. So.
I'm just November. What's? Oh yeah.
That looks very familiar. I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to have a camera in that area.
Nah.
But it's okay.
Nah, that's a green zone.
It's green. It's hot. You're good to go.
But I did that because it was everyday stuff that I see that if anybody knows what I do for a living, they'll go, oh, I know that guy. I know the person that does that.
Right. Yeah, but the last time you posted was November 28th. That's what, that 8th right now?
I don't know. Don't judge my personal Instagram account.
What? But you use your personal Instagram account for your podcast and stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of it, did you rename your podcast yet?
No, not yet.
Or you're still riding with the Arman Hocker project?
Yeah, I think.
No, you're riding GarageCast, right?
Right now it's GarageCast, and it proved my point Tuesday or something when I was in the office. I had my shirt on, and the guy was like, "Oh, I don't know why wants to hear about cars." I went, "There it is, right there."
What we'd already talked about.
Yeah. So
see, like all my stuff's just gym stuff.
Yeah. What is it? You got tins in your hand? No, I'm joking. Yeah. No, I get it.
Gym stuff.
So I think what I'm gonna do. I'm really not sure what I'm going to do because I went through a phase before where I shut down my podcast Instagram and posted everything to my personal Instagram, and then I went right back like 2 months later. I'm not sure which way I want to do it. Now my wife, her only Instagram account is her business Instagram account, but she sells her product through her daily life with her kids and what she does, so it's a nice hybrid. Right. That's my only issue right now is after I rename the podcast, the Arman Hocker Project, it was like I was telling you before, to me, that's all encompassing of my life.
Right.
So I'm thinking I may just go to one Instagram account and just have it like that. Now, if for whatever reason the podcast gets so popular that I have to separate it, so be it. But I'm on the edge of just canceling the other one and just focusing on one. Right now I'm trying to figure out the artwork because on the last time out, I was talking to a guy and he was talking about having kind of how Joe Rogan's picture is. Basically it's an animated picture, right? It's not a real photo with the head cut off and you can kind of see in my head or something like that and all these ideas because I don't have my podcast home isn't linear. It's not sports. It's not nutrition. It's literally everything.
Right, which is what we talked about when you told me it was called the GarageCast. And I mean, they said I'm not going to talk about cars.
Yeah. And I think this goes back to even posting content. The issue that I have right now is I don't have that circle of people. We talked about this to bounce ideas off of. So you can say, I want to do this, and somebody can go, "That's stupid," or "I try it this way." And that's where I got on this last mission was talking to some of those new guys that came with us And he immediately was like, no, man, you should have this head cut off. That's your thing. I told him the name of the new name of the podcast. He's like, that makes more sense than anything else. So right now I'm kind of waiting on artwork to officially rename it.
Yeah.
I could just do it today, and just all I have to do is change the artwork for iTunes. Everything else will fall in line.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure what to do with the actual Instagram accounts, because I'll still keep a Facebook account, and thinking about Twitter, and thinking about switching to Twitter over too. But I think the Arman Hocker project is just, to me, it just even sounds better.
Well, one, it sounds better, and two, the idea behind it is what you've been trying to do anyways, but it lets everybody know that we're just going to talk about all kinds of random stuff, not just what this one sounds like. We're going to talk about cars.
Yeah.
Because at first, before you explained it to me when we were talking about it, I didn't understand the whole garage gym thing.
Because that's where it started.
Right.
And if I were still in Maryland, 100%, you'd be able to see that it's a garage with the weight bin. Like, it would all make sense.
Even though it's not, because your wife took everything away
Took
from
it over, making bank. I'm okay. I'll sacrifice my podcast studio so I don't have to pay for the kitchen she just put in. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
But it even kind of bugged me that it's the garage cast, but even in that, even working out and all this stuff, right, I still talk about whatever I want.
Right.
Unless I have someone on, a guest, then we'll talk about, whatever.
Right.
But for the most part, I wanted people to be able to read the name of the podcast, see the artwork, and maybe get a better idea. But when they listen to it, they don't get bamboozled by what I talk about.
Yeah.
Because if it were up to me, I had scientists on here. It doesn't matter as long as what we're talking about makes sense. But I think I'm really.
Are you going to talk about the Earth being flat?
Can I ask you this?
Okay, let's go.
I need to, because I've been asking myself this for 400 days. And
400?
400.
Exactly.
Well, give or take.
Okay.
Whenever this uploads, I'll just add those days.
Hit me.
What does it matter?
I don't know. Well, here's where it could matter, because if you drive too far, you might fall off the edge.
That's fine. Where are the documents for that?
Where are you falling? What are you falling into is the question.
Space.
Do you fall into the abyss? You can't fall into space. How do you fall into space?
Because if the Earth is
we
flat,
have to shoot rockets thousands of miles into the air.
It's fake news
to get into space. So you can't just fall off into it.
All those videos are recorded with GoPro cameras with the wide lens.
With the wide lens, so it looks like it.
But yeah, I heard about this, and it makes sense. Yeah, you should be concerned. But I also thought, this is coming from me, though. I don't give a shit about a lot of stuff people care about.
I know.
But who gives a fuck if the Earth is flat?
I know you made a comment about Jordans earlier, and I just kind of let it go, so it's okay.
Well, there was a time.
There's a brand new pair that's dropping in the morning.
I understand that. And I understand there's a market for it. But when I see that, and I'm Scrooge McDuck, when I see that, I go, I'll keep my 100, whatever. How are Jordans been the same price for 20 years? Literally been between 120, Air Max are $125, $120, $150 for Jordans.
No.
How is that?
It's not. Your price is way off, by the way. They're $220 now.
Oh, they finally caught up.
Okay, so let me rephrase that. So if you
get back to flat Earth too.
If you're buying, we'll circle back around to flat Earth on this one. If you're buying this year's version of the Jordans, like the 31s or 32s, whatever they're on, it's like 185, right? But the ones that are dropping tomorrow are retro 11s. For the past, let's see, 6 or 7 years when they drop these retro 11s,
right? Which
which they do all the time anyways, but they only drop the 11s right around Christmas time.
Right.
And they've stopped. Each one of them's like a new colorway every time they do it.
Right.
So they're $220 a pop.
It's ridiculous to me.
There is. And they got me this year because they dropped one right before Thanksgiving, and they're getting ready to drop this other one right now.
Did people gobble them up?
The ones that, yes. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
The ones at Thanksgiving, yeah. The pair that I have, I could probably sell right now for like $400. Which is crazy, but it really is. Like, people are literally, I was sitting there watching on eBay.
Yeah.
As the day I bought them, and they were showing up on eBay, people asking $450 for them right off the bat.
I still don't understand the. That's what. I need to start writing stuff down. I was thinking about.
I asked where the whiteboard was, but
I was thinking about Jordans. Right,
Mm-hmm.
man hasn't played basketball in 20 years, but I was thinking about the Jordan gym shoe, right?
Did I break the mic?
No, but I think it keeps popping. Whatever, we'll fix it. I'll fix it. I was thinking about the Jordan basketball shoe, and I was thinking about all these sneakerheads, the people that are buying up all of these shoes, and then how this gym shoe I bought it for $100. It's worth $600, right? And it's economics. It's because people want to buy it that someone will pay $600 for it.
Yeah.
I thought about how that. Don't go anywhere. We're going back to flat Earth. I thought about that, how that equates to Bitcoin, how it's not backed by anything, but because it is what it is, there's a demand for it, but that demand doesn't equate to anything as far as currency goes, because Bitcoin isn't silver. It's not even a dollar that was at one time backed by the gold standard, which makes sense, right? But I was wondering how I wouldn't feel comfortable right now for the next 15 years buying all these retro Jordans and all these shoes and in theory banking my retirement on that. Because just like the housing bubble, people could go, I don't want gym shoes. Or that want just goes so underground that it does dissolve and go away because the people that want to buy all of these things grow up and mature and go, I'm not wasting my money on that. I'd rather buy whatever Zimbabwe dollars or whatever it is.
Are you saying that I haven't grown up? Is that what you're saying?
No. What I'm just saying is I understand it. It's a rare shoe. Bruce Smith's shoe, right? It's very rare. It came out in like 91, right? I understand why people want it, but I don't understand how people are investing in rooms in their houses. All of the, I just go, wow. Everybody does things different. Baseball cards and rare quarters and all this stuff. I get it, but I can't wrap my head around doing that.
Okay, before we circle back around to flat Earth,
Yeah.
Bitcoin for a second. No, so I was reading an article.
Flat Earth.
Yeah, put it flat Earth's over here. We got a pin in it. Let's come back to it. I was reading an article that there's a couple of financial guys who are economic guys who are saying that Bitcoin is to the millennial generation what gold is to probably our parents and our grandparents.
Yeah.
And that's why they're saying, I mean, you got different guys who are saying, oh, it's going to hit a bubble and it's going to crash.
Right.
But those same guys that are saying if it does crash, it's going to go down to like $1,000 per coin.
Because it was valued.
Right.
Yeah.
But then you've got the guys who are saying that's nonsense and it will, in the next 5 years, it could top 100,000 per coin. Right. There's even a couple of guys out there that are saying it could top 500,000 per coin in the next 5 years. In the next 10 years, they said they could projected that it could even be worth $1 million per coin.
Right.
But that goes back to the millennial thing. So
yeah, it may be like a millennial thing, just generationally. I can't see. So right now,
because it's not tangible.
It's not tangible. No, it's all. Granted, a lot of currency is ones and zeros now, right?
Right.
But I can still go pull out, a $10 note that's non-exchangeable for silver and take that $10 note somewhere and spend it, right? Mm-hmm. But I feel like if I go get a troy ounce of silver, a troy ounce of gold, I could take it to England and use that same bar, that same coin, and barter for something. And depending on who it is, they can give me gold back. And the problem is Bitcoin, and there's a few videos on YouTube where you say living off of Bitcoin for a week. The people say they accept Bitcoin, but they only accept dollars. You put the Bitcoin in PayPal converts it to dollars to pay Walmart, because Walmart doesn't accept Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. They just have this process in which you can give the one side Bitcoin and it spits out dollars. Mm-hmm. So there's an acceptance portion of it too. It's so rare and it's so new that companies aren't believing in it. And who owns the companies? My parents, just
Mhm.
old people,
Mhm.
basically. So I think that's where a lot of the scarcity and
But there are a couple of large financial institutions that are saying they're going to start trading in Bitcoin. Trading in the Bitcoin futures is what the big one is now, which to me is crazy. Like I won't understand that.
I don't understand it because it's not regulated, but it's not.
No, you're correct. It's not regulated.
There's nothing that says
Not at this point in time.
even and it's bad because you can't say that the dollar is equal to it because the dollar fluctuates. The dollar is not backed by anything.
Right.
What was it in the 70s? The dollar, they said, nah, we're good on the gold standard. We don't need it anymore. What? It's crazy to me. I understand it. You want to invest in it, that's great. The way I look at it is invest in anything that you believe in, but don't be a fool with your investments. I'm not going to invest in nonsense.
You're going to invest in it.
$17,000.
I got it.
You know the beautiful thing about me and my wife?
Huh.
Separate bank accounts.
There you go.
I could go buy 7 Mercedes-Benzes today and pull up, and all she can say is, "Why'd you get 7?"
Okay, if that's really how you want to spend your money,
and you better have the house money at the end of the month. If I got that covered, it's the same way, vice versa. But yeah, that Bitcoin thing, the gym shoe thing, the whole where do you want to put your money thing is wild to me.
So bring me back to flat Earth now.
Yeah, I don't understand. I feel like flat Earth, the big uproar behind flat Earth is that the government's constantly lying to us. And they've also lied to us about the Earth being round. Who cares? What different...
Are you going to invest your time and money in discovering if it's round or flat?
It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't... It's just like... what do you say it? It's like, the government's and who's the FDA, GMOs in the food, grow your own plants then. I understand it may be wrong, right? But you literally are what you eat. If you eat enough purple carrots, your skin will turn purple because you are what you eat. So if GMOs are bad...
Just like if you eat enough regular carrots or feed your baby enough regular carrots, their skin will turn orange.
If it's bad...
They might have awesome eyesight, but they're going to have a weird-looking twinge to their skin.
Doing it. Have a regular white or black baby who's been cheating on who. But I just never... not that the flat Earth thing has been going on for a long time, but what does it matter?
Because somebody wanted to get their name out there about something, so they just make these outlandish claims.
If the Earth is flat,
okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'll just make sure and stay away from the edge.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Where is the edge?
Where's the edge?
I don't know.
Because a few weeks ago they had somebody that was going to shoot a rocket into space to prove that the Earth is flat. I don't know how big the Earth is. Will they be able to get high enough? Whatever. It's nonsense. But why not just drive straight to the edge of the Earth? If you're such an advocate for the Earth being flat, and the government's lied to us.
There are these things called oceans that I'm pretty sure you can't drive over.
Okay, there's phones. But you know what I mean? There's all this technology.
No, I don't. What does a phone have? We're talking about driving a car over an ocean, and you said, okay, there's phones.
Just continents, just phones. So if you lay a map out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Map's flat. Mm-hmm. The sizes all hosed up, by the way, right?
Right.
If I'm in Alaska, I don't even know how the Earth is, if it's flat. I don't know how it's laid out. But if I can get to the edge, I can get to California and whatever oceans over there, I can go, okay, I'm right here. What's the next closest landmass? And I talk to somebody on that closest landmass.
Hawaii.
And you keep doing that.
Japan.
Not around the Earth, but across the Earth.
I was literally going across right now.
Yeah. Eventually you're going to get somebody that goes, nope, nothing over here. Right? Or in today's society, with all the science and everything, just get a remote control boat, man. Drive it to the edge. Live stream it on Facebook. It's a new hotness, right? And thunk, it goes right over the edge. You go, all right, found it. You do a Latin long. There's the edge of the Earth.
That could be your Instagram story for like a year.
You know what I mean, fucking shirts I'd sell. I mean hats. You know what I mean, just flat build hats that you can't bend. Like Earth is flat. Why wouldn't the bill of my hat be flat? I don't understand it. I don't invest in a lot of things. And that's one thing that I heard that I went, who cares?
Yeah.
One thing, right? 9/11 is an inside job. Very well could be. So many hands and so many pots. Very possible that somebody wanted to hide some stuff. So they just killed a bunch of people. It happens every day when people go to war. The people going to war aren't the ones making the decision to go to war. People are expendable. I get that. But when it comes to something that's so massive, what does it matter to you? People act like they're going to discover that the earth is flat, go to work, and get a $50,000 raise because the earth is flat. It doesn't matter.
If they're a scientist, they might.
Yeah, but a school teacher isn't.
You can win a Nobel Peace Prize if you figure out the earth is flat.
Then you get assassinated.
Yeah, Illuminati shows up out of the middle of nowhere and takes you out.
I don't think the Illuminati is actual. I don't think they show up.
They'll have somebody show up.
Yeah, I think that's part of it being the Illuminati. So what is Illuminati? Is that conjugated? Is there a root word? Illuminate?
I don't know.
Aluminium? Illuminum.
You want me to Google it real quick?
Don't do it.
I don't know if I Google Illuminati, my phone might blow up. You better be careful. Should probably be careful on that one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to follow you on Instagram.
Don't do it.
I'm going to. Gotta look you up again. I erased you already.
Yeah, it's regular name. You erased me?
Yeah.
First name _ last name.
Or you just type your name in and it shows up.
There it is.
Follow. You have 181 followers.
Yes. That was my problem before. Not a problem, but I noticed I was following 17,000 people and only had 4 following me. And I was like, we got to fix these numbers. So a lot of it was nonsense, business pages, just, a lot of local pages, by the way, just following me. I don't know what the heck they're talking about.
Sorry, I'm looking at your garage cast.
Now look at the last post on that one.
August 27th.
Yeah. And I think I uploaded my last episode before this one, August 25th. See, but my thing with that is that for me right now is part of the game. And I think I said something, I changed the description on my Facebook page about what I'm doing right now, that uploading is just inconsistent. There's no way for me to really do it and stay on topic. There's no way for me to consistently upload and give the content that I usually give. Now, if I were reading novels and every week I was going over the 2 chapters I read, it'd be different. But it's just, I think it was on Facebook. But I basically said, I'm not going to be able to upload for a while.
Yeah.
And the downside to that is, with a separate Instagram account from a podcast, is if someone's only following your podcast or your company, then when you upload your personal, they don't see the activity, even though you're back and you're active.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I've seen both ways. There's a guy in Virginia that he does metal work. Chad Dunn. He was on the podcast, but I think he changed his personal account to his company's account because it's all him. He weight trains, does all this stuff. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I think I want to lean towards that because I've seen even.
We already had a discussion that you should do that.
Yeah.
You just don't like change. That's all.
I don't like change.
You're so resistant to it.
Yeah, I'm against the resistance. Or am I for the resistance?
You're for the resistance.
Because I've seen guys that even on their Facebook page, I'm friends with them. They have a podcast or whatever. That's their banner for their Facebook. I'm like, that's awesome. A little overbearing. Because
I don't think I'd go that far,
but every time I go to James Smith's Facebook page and he's posting wacky, funny stuff of his day to day, I go, oh man, he's got a podcast, or he's a stand-up comic, or whatever it is. My only issue with that is becoming overbearing to the people that are friends on Facebook that are interested in your side business or your business. Then the other side of it is, what do I do with all those followers?
How's it? It's not necessarily overbearing, because it would be their choice to push on the button to listen to your podcast.
Yeah, because I've also this is bad. I should just unfriend this person, but I unfollowed them, but I'm still friends with them because they would just put some stupid posts up.
Just annoying.
Just, hey man, don't post on Facebook. What are the hours of the CVS on Vine? Post that in a search engine. Hit enter. Think pops up doesn't even matter. It doesn't have to be Google. YouTube. Yahoo does it. AOL does it. MSN does it.
You probably
Jeeves
find
does
it on
it.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Somebody probably made a video about that.
But this person would do that often enough. I went, I can't do this. Or they would post things about their business, and I would just go, that's not how you do that. So I've seen, and this is what bothers me, but whatever. It bother me because I'm not doing it. So I'll see somebody post about their business, right? They have a movie theater or something, right? And they'll use clip art that you get off of whatever images. And they'll take the clip art that has the X through it that says, basically don't use this. Mm-hmm. Or they have the clip art that says...
It has a watermark on it.
Yeah, and I'm going...
Clear as day.
I'm going, you might want to change that image. Because all the stuff, I have all the posts on my Instagram and everything, it's all clip art. YouTube, SoundCloud, all this stuff. I put it in a search engine, iTunes image, and there's 5,000 of them. And I picked the one that's going to go with the background. And I also picked the one that doesn't have the watermark or anything saying, like, do not use this. Yeah. But I look at these people, and they'll use that watermark, and they're successful, and I just go, I hate you. It really bothers me because I see them as having not a thriving business, but more successful, more popular than mine. And I go, man, you're half-assing it. Yeah. If you just sat down with me on a weekend and you say, this is what I want to post, I'll go, here's all the images, there's your captions. Right. But they're just literally, I think, I need to say that, I'm open at midnight, and just go type in open sign, right? Enter. First image, right click, save, post. And I go, you might want to have a better filter than that.
That's not how life works.
It is. And those are the people, that's the ugly fat dude that gets the dime piece wife. And I'm going, hey man, how do you get that? How? Fat piece of shit. How do you get that? Doesn't do anything for a living, just a lazy bastard. Has this chick that's working out and just own business. And I'm just going, not that I don't have that, but I just go, how? There's something in the fucking water. How's that happen? That's why I had to unfollow this person, because we're still friends. I had to unfollow their posts. I don't want to see that. Upset.
For no reason. That sounds like a giant glass of haterade. That's really what it sounds like.
No, because...
Yeah, but you literally could leave the job you have right now, go home, and not worry about anything. And you could be that guy.
What are you talking about? I could be that guy.
Your wife has a successful business.
Oh, I love it.
A very successful business.
I can't wait.
We won't talk about that on here, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You could be that guy. You hate on him, but you could literally be that guy.
No, and I've talked to my wife about this. You know what I'm going to do when I retire? Work for her. Hang out with her. What do you need?
No, you're not.
What are you talking about?
No, you're not.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
I'm still going to do this. But the things that...
As your personal life coach, that's not happening.
No, but so my oldest helps her, right? And by the time I'm done here, he will be out of the house. That's not a question. But she's going to need another adult to be able to go, okay, I'll do all this stuff so you don't have to worry about it. You still do the business stuff, and I'll handle this little stuff over here. Just one less thing for them to do. Now, I'm not going to be fat piece of shit because I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to work out. I'm going to eat right, eat better. You never eat right. I'm going to go work out, eat better.
Meaning that you'll only have like one pizza a week instead of pizza 3 nights a week.
It's an improvement, right?
Yeah, I guess one small step at a time, right?
I went from having 6 pancakes at IHOP to 3. I'm moving up in the world.
All right.
But no, it's not I don't think it's being a hater. To me, it's respecting what you have, right? They have a company, or this person has a company, and successful. And I go, man, that's awesome. From the ground up, right? I go, that's awesome, right? they get business every week, every month, every day. And then I look at the public side of it and I go, oh, you need to be a little bit sharper. Not that what they're doing or what this person's doing, not that what they're doing is hurting them. But I look and I go, okay, let's say you have a meet, right? A competition, right? Mm-hmm. The difference is you having this meet and it's going to be 3 months away. Mm-hmm. So you can actually train up to cycle and all this stuff, right? The difference is the day of the meet, you're setting up things that day. Vice, shutting down for 2 days, running camera angles, Facebook Live position, all this stuff. So the day of the meet, you're literally hitting play, and then anything that happens that day, you're kind of fixing on the fly. Right. That's the difference. And I'm going, hey man, shut down your gym or the what do you call it? The warehouse, whatever. 2 days beforehand, set everything up as you see it. Right, and get whoever your coworkers are, get them in. Hey, does this look right? This look right? We'll put chairs here, whatever. Right, do that. Vice, wait until the day of, and then also posting that on social media. Oh, it's so hectic. Get off your fucking phone and fix the problem. That's the part. That's what I say. I don't think that person respects it. You know, because I look at it like this podcast. If this podcast had people not banging down the door, but I'm walking around with T-shirts on, or people find out, and I'm just like,
I still haven't got a T-shirt, by the way.
I got you. And I'm just ignoring people that want to be on the podcast, that have something to say. Because I've ignored like Joe Blow. Like, oh, why haven't you had me on the podcast? I'm kind of going, nothing personal, but what do you do? What are we going to talk about?
It took us like 2.5 months for you to get me on the podcast.
We were occupied for 2.5 of those months.
All right, sure.
But yeah, people ask me, when am I going to be on the podcast? And I kind of go, we don't really talk now, let alone we're on the mic.
Well, hit him with the freaking, what's the ROI?
Exactly, because it'd be one thing.
Because your time is an investment.
Yeah, and I've had, this is sad to say, but I've had people on my podcast now that I look back and go, why did I do that episode? Right? And you can tell in the episode where I'm just like, I don't want to talk to this person. I'm done. Right? So from that experience, I see that it's nothing personal, but I think, and it's so bad to say, and I've said this before, and I definitely have thought it, you should only, not you should, but it's better to have people around you that you can get something from, not use them, but gain something from in order for you to be around them. Now, family is kind of excluded, right? But any friends, anybody, so for you, anybody that just goes to your house to literally sit in your living room and watch TV and drink your beer, they're a companion, but what are they contributing to your life? It's one thing, now follow me, if they go to your house and you guys go out on the porch, or what do you call it, the patio, having a beer, and this person's talking about their problems, and it's a counseling session, but that's just what this person does. That's one thing. But if they are just kind of a consumer of your time, at some point you got to go, I can't be around you. Mm-hmm. Some of that's getting older and maturity. But I feel like, just like my wife, just like you, just like the person that commented on my Instagram page about when you get back home, come talk to me. We can get your website squared away. I can be around all of these people and not do anything, but I know in the event they could help me, they can with something definitive, and we're not just sitting around, putting foreheads together for nothing. I definitely feel like that's the way that, not you should be, do whatever you want to do, but I feel like those people are those are the successful people. No one's, you're always going to drag dead weight, but you have to be selective about what that dead weight is. We've been friends since I was 10 years old.
Or you have to be able to cut that dead weight when it becomes too much of a burden.
Right. There has to, and you'll see it with basketball players and just people that have been friends for so long. You're just paying for them to be in a hotel, man. They're not giving you anything. I feel like that person posting that nonsense doesn't have those types of people around them to say, all right, what are we doing? What's the plan? And okay, it doesn't have to be some, in depth.
The people they do have around them in all likelihood are like some yes men. They're like, oh yeah, that's a cool idea. Hey,
Which is fine. That's fine. But that's a cool idea. So how are we going to do it? Oh, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We're sitting right here right now. We literally have 18 minutes. We can get something together. So next week or next month, we'll be in a better place. I just don't think that happens. But I understand it. If people are successful. So it's both sides. It's my friend that has the wine company that's not utilizing all of their assets. And then there's this person who has everything, not everything going for them, right? But on the surface, pretty successful, but there's bad execution at spots. And I just go, oh, man, I wish you would just sit down, 10 minutes. 10 minutes now, and then in 3 more days, I'll come back, and then you'll go, oh, I thought about what you said. Here's my ideas. I go, that's great.
kind of like I do with you.
Yeah, but I think I need that because my wife isn't so into podcasting or YouTubes or any of that. So when I get around people that are at least more aware of that stuff, then they can contribute. Because it was the same way when I made my YouTube channel. I wanted to make it look like all the ones that I watch because, well, I'm a consumer. When I look at my channel, I want mine to look like theirs with respect to what we both do.
Right.
I want my, banner and good photo and description. I want all that stuff. But for me to sit there and not have that stuff and then expect to get the same success that this person has, it doesn't make sense to me. Because you'll see it. Somebody will just hose everything up, but, making profits every quarter. I'm just going, it doesn't make sense to me. Whatever, that's fine.
Speaking of powerlifting meets, I got to figure out what I'm going to do on here.
That was an example, by the way.
I know it was. It was a good one, though. Because you do see guys that run crappy meets.
It is. Because anytime there's a birthday party, anytime there's something that you're planning for months out, the day of, something doesn't go right.
All right.
And only through experience and or over planning can you negate all of that stuff. It's the only way. You have, I don't know how powerlifting events are done, but you got, 10 different stations. I need 30 people to manage all this stuff. You got one person judging, and people loading. You have all these things, and then the day of, all the what was it? The Rip It sponsor. They didn't deliver their energy drinks. Fuck. Go to Sam's Club right now. Go get 78 cases of Monster. Doesn't matter what fucking kind. As a matter of fact, get all the same kind. So it gives these people less options to argue and choose. But you have to think like that ahead, because some people will say, "Give me reds, give me blues, give me non-caffeine." No. Give me all white Monster.
Yeah.
Just get a 3 pallets of it. Take the fucking pickup trucks, the dualies, all of them. Go get them, bring them in. That's what we're going to have. And guess what? They're going to be hot. So what? They could have nothing. But you'll get people that just wouldn't know what. Oh my, call Rip It back. Nah, I'm good. And then your after action report is pros, cons, things we can't fix, things we did fix, and here's a reply and thank yous and fuck offs to all the people that helped and said they were going to.
That was strongly worded, bud.
Well, I see it so much, and people don't want to do it now because successful people want to do it, but the average person doesn't want to do it because it'll hurt their feelings. When you said you're going to be here Tuesday at 4:00, it's 5:30. I haven't heard anything from you. Come on, man.
Who's that sound like today?
I don't know. I didn't even give you a time.
Yeah, but then I hit you back and you're like, oh, sorry, I got lost on Instagram for 30 minutes.
Gone in Instagram, by the way.
Anyways, I'm going to go for 1465 total.
What was your total before? Mine was 1425. No, 1125. I'm sorry.
I think it was 12. I think it was 12 or 12 because I saw your list. She's going to be a 500 squat, 600 pull, and like 365 bench.
What are you talking about? When?
I don't know. I gotta wait to set it up and see how this thing keeps healing up.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I can do a ton of legs right now, so
Right.
I just got her 405 the other day. That's the first time I've done that in 2 months probably.
Yeah.
So it's still there. It'll come back quick. But the plan is I want to do a meet, hit that number, and then I really want to do a strongman competition. That's the next one.
You sure? Do they do those out here? I don't think
Not
so.
out here, but yeah, but Can find something when I go back.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully. I still
Yeah.
don't know where I'm going. So, no, I want to do that though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just something different. You don't see a lot of guys do it. Challenging. I like picking up heavy stuff and moving it anyway. So,
Right.
might as well have some fun doing it. Plus, a lot of those guys, they're not on that professional level.
Right.
You see, some of them dudes are just yoked. I'm talking like 240 with abs, yoked. Because they move so fast.
Yeah.
So why not? Speaking of which, I've lost like 16 pounds since my freaking surgery.
You know, I think I noticed your neck or something.
Yeah, it's my neck.
Because your hair wasn't so much. Yeah, you're bald now, but
Yeah.
it wasn't that. I think it was the first place I noticed was your neck. I was
Yeah.
like, Jesus, man.
I lost a lot of
You
weight.
got cancer or something?
Easy.
It looked like, oh
That's-
my gosh, he's sick.
That's borderline. Well, I had a torn pec. I couldn't do anything. Literally couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Sat around. Well, I take it back. I could do one thing. I could do cardio. I was riding the bike. Because you can't run. Because they told me I can't make that motion.
Yeah.
Anything fast, right? So, couldn't run. But I could get on a bike and ride.
It's wild when they limit you to. When you get this one injury, it's like, I can't do that. No, you can't do these other 19 things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's like I asked the doctor last time I went to see him. I said, "When can I start benching or shoulders?" He said, "Oh no." He's like, "You're a big guy, but you need more time to heal up." And that's when we went from the original, "Oh, you'll be able to do stuff in 6 to 8 weeks," to it's going to be 3 to 4 months before you can start pressing. I was like, "You gotta be kidding me, bud."
You ever
However, Kami, he is a member of the royal family, so
really
did a good job.
what about yoga kind of stuff? Static holds. They kind of help build that up.
I'm actually looking at starting to do yoga.
Yeah.
Actually, Sunday was the first one I was looking at doing. Like Sunday, I think it's Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm legit thinking about doing it. See if I can get some more mobility. Because I have noticed because I'm doing legs twice a week now.
Right.
And I started noticing that my hips are getting crazy tight now. Like when I got up this morning,
Yeah, you can stretch that out though.
they were massively tight. So I had to take some time and do my little
Yeah.
bulldogs and all that stuff, trying to get them woke up, walk around the house with my freaking hip circle on.
Yeah. I never had shoulder surgery or anything, but I remember I got pain. I did some upright row where you could tweak it and it's hosed up. And I used to do, I've seen Louis Simmons. He does it. He does it with that fucking bouncy bar. But I just had the bar, Olympic bar with like 10 pounds dangling with some chains.
Oh, kettlebells or chains?
I think, no, it was regular, what do you call them? Regular plates, like 5 or 10 pounds.
You just use bands?
Yeah, no, all they had was chains there.
Okay.
But I would do that just slow because I'm trying to keep it stable. I would like 2 sets of 20. And before I knew it, man, one thing, my shoulders were popping nice and pretty, but for whatever reason, helped it out.
It's because you have to use all the stability to keep
Yeah.
it straight. It's like those bamboo bars or
Fuck them, boo.
whatever.
Fuck them.
Those things are awesome.
No.
The first powerlifting seminar I ever went to, when I first decided I was going to try to figure this powerlifting thing out,
Right.
they had one there.
For what?
They were just teaching us all because so the two it was Laura Phelps Sweat and her husband.
Yeah.
She's a geared power. She's out of Westside Barbell.
Right.
Crazy strong.
Everybody at Westside is crazy strong.
But they brought some of the different tools with them so they could teach the whole conjugate thing and
Yeah.
all that different stuff to show you. And they had one of those in there, and they put, I think they had 10-pound dumbbells hanging off of it with just some red bands.
Yeah. Crazy, right?
Dude.
You're like, nah, I got this. Nah.
I almost killed myself.
Yeah.
Like, he was literally sitting there spotting all of us with both hands on top of the bar.
Yeah.
Everybody, you're shaking all over the place trying to hold on to it.
That bar is, I could imagine doing it, but just seeing it on, all these videos out there, that's a lot of stability. Because I did it.
But your shoulders feel awesome after you're done.
Yeah, I think I saw that video. I think it was on Bigger, Stronger, Faster. They do a clip of it, real short. But I saw that, and that's why I did it. This was in 05 or whatever, 2009 when I did it. And I did it because of that video. But even with the Olympic bar, it was tough because the weight basically was circling. And once I saw that, I got to slow down. Cool. I couldn't imagine doing that thing with that stinking bamboo because it's always shaking.
Bamboo, earthquake, whatever they call them.
Yeah,
like
whatever.
4 or 5 of them out there. But yeah, it was cool. That was actually a great seminar. They taught us all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of it's hard to do here because
Yeah.
just the way the gym's set up, but it's all good stuff.
Yeah, I don't mind that. What I've noticed now is I don't mind seminars at all because depending on what it is, you know a lot of the shit. You say, yeah. And then next thing you know, you go, what? The fucking doggy ears fucking pop up. And you go, I never even thought about doing a squat like that or whatever it is. You know, and sometimes those small changes will help you out a lot. Yeah, I don't know.
You'll be okay.
Yeah, I try to be.
Maybe someday you'll grow up.
I don't want to grow up.
Toys R Us kid.
Yeah.
Speaking of Toys R Us, you have to go Christmas shopping?
What?
I said you have to go Christmas shopping.
Nope.
Why did you just give me that look like that?
My phone's about to die.
Yeah. You gotta stop recording.
No, I don't.
Your wife does it all?
Yeah, but I'm not in Christmas shopping at all. I really don't believe in it. At a certain, like I got a daughter and a son, right?
Yeah.
3 and 10.
I was gonna say, yeah, but she's little, dude. You can't freaking.
Yeah, but just like you know it, you'll buy her this My Little Pony, all this, and she's playing with the box. So the idea behind Christmas.
That sounds like Junior. Junior.
The idea of Christmas and getting presents and all that stuff is great, but the actuality of it, I look at it as more. You need to sit down with your family and basically get talked to and learn about Christmas, the religious part, but why families gather, that portion, because the gifts and everything, depending on your lifestyle, kids they definitely have everything they need.
Right.
You know, let alone if they want some stuff. Well, all right, you'll get it for them or whatever. But right now, even for me, I'm at a point where this was a few years ago, easy. Where I'm like, there's nothing, you can't buy me anything. You know, I think I don't remember what year I paid my wife's car off because I'm like, we're adults. Like I can get you all the shoes and clothes, all the nonsense. But at a certain point, you go, well, I need something that is going to make me happy on this day.
Right.
So I did that, and ever since then, I don't buy my wife anything. We just focus on the kids. So, I'm not big into Christmas.
My wife always says that, and she ends up getting me something.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Or I'll tell her I don't want anything.
Yeah.
And she goes and gets me something and spends like 3 times the amount of money I spent on her, and I'm like, crap.
So my wife got me that GoPro. This is when I was riding dirt bikes and all that stuff. So it was cool, but I didn't use it. I didn't need it enough to use it all the time. Now it benefits me because I'm podcasting and even now learning how to set it up in my car and do vlogs. But I've done that before too. That's great. But even when I got that, I kind of was like, that's a lot of money for something that I wasn't missing, because I think at that time I had a phone, so I had a camera, and I had a.
Yeah, but you really can't put your phone on your motorcycle helmet.
Well, no, back then
you could, but it's kind of iffy.
Yeah, but it wasn't like I was good. I wasn't hitting triples and quads, and there was nothing to capture out there.
You look like little kids riding the 50 cc's.
Yeah,
just barely going.
Barely got a second gear, falling. Dude, I don't want to record that stuff. But now, yeah, it's great. But she's big on Christmas. I think I look at it the family way because I don't really. I mean, I have a family, but my granny's dead, my mom's dead, so I look at it like, oh no, fuck them dumbass gifts. We are sitting down, and we're gonna pray if you want. That's fine. I don't really give a shit. But we're gonna be together because this is. And I tell my oldest when it was just him and his little brother, I said, this is all you got. When me and your mommy are dead, that's it. So all this fighting that you guys are doing, and I hate him, and you know, all this bickering, this is all you got. So figure this shit out, you know, because at the end of the day, no matter what, like we're married into a family. We accepted another person, but at the end of the day, it's me and my brother. My father's still alive. Like that's it. There's no picking and choosing. So if you can't figure out why you want to be around these people, you have to kind of like put your ego and selfishness aside, and because even me and my brother get along perfect right now, right? But growing up, yeah, we're arguing and fighting and all this nonsense.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, you go, that's dumb shit.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my oldest is 7 years older than his little brother, so I'm looking at him going, "Hey, not at the time, like you're a fucking adult. What are you arguing with a 4-year-old?" He used to argue with him, and I used to go, "You know he's 4, right?" And this isn't even the adult daddy Arman speaking. I'm literally looking at it going, first of all, to a degree, why the hell are you even playing with him? But you guys are brothers, cool. But why are you arguing with him? No, he's not gonna. You're 7 years older than him, man. Just say no and go on about your business. If he keeps pressing the issue, get up and leave or come get us, and then we can explain that shit to him. But it bothers me to this day.
I was talking to my wife, was it last night?
Yeah.
And she said our 18-year-old was arguing with our 6-year-old.
Why? What are you doing?
I just started laughing. I couldn't keep a straight face. And then she asked, we were on FaceTime. She put the phone on, she put the camera on my 6-year-old, and she was like, "Hey, what'd you call your sister the other day?" And she gets this giant smile on her face, and she's like, "I don't remember, Mom."
Right.
And she's like, "Oh, conveniently you don't remember now. Does it start with a D?"
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "Mommy, I don't remember." And then so she turns the phone back away so my daughter can't see me because I start laughing hysterically. She was like, "Yeah, she told her sister she was a big dork and she needed to be quiet."
I'm not mad at that.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But that's why I was like, make sure you turn the phone away because I'm going to just sit here and laugh hysterically for a little while.
Yeah. I don't get it, man.
And then you got Junior running around who thinks he's Captain Underpants right now. It's just great.
My daughter, so my daughter's, she'll be 3, right? My daughter's the youngest, and my oldest is 16. So my daughter, she's a baby girl. She's running around doing all this stuff. So my oldest went into the bathroom. Like, I guess she was bothering him or whatever. So he goes to the bathroom, uses the bathroom, and then she knocks on the door. And then my oldest says, "This is alone time. You don't know what that means?" And my daughter goes, "No, I don't." Just walks off. My wife tells me that story, and I'll go, "That's my girl."
Yep,
That's
exactly.
Because she's right at the, it happened with my middle son. She's right at the edge where she completely understands what you're saying and can completely answer that like an adult. Mm-hmm. And then she's also on some goo goo gaga shit. Mm-hmm. So with the times where she hits it on the head, you go, it's almost amazing because she'll say something like that and then go, ice cream, ketchup, like some nonsense, and you're just like, all right, well, she's back to baby stuff now. It's comedy, man. Comedy. You don't know what alone time is? No, I don't.
Junior hit my wife with, "I'm going to put you in timeout if you don't apologize to me." And then he started counting the other night.
Serious?
Yeah, it was epic. My wife was like, she said she had to leave the room because she couldn't keep a straight face.
I had to get my wife to stop counting because she's white, I'm black. There wasn't no counting shit in my house.
Yeah.
It was like, do it. Because I said so. If not, it's like, I got over the head.
Yeah.
And it was everything that stereotypically you see. You do it 1, 2, and they finally start doing it. I think I just stepped in one day. I said, "Get your ass upstairs," and the motherfucker ran upstairs. I said, "You got to stop counting, dude." Because they know your limit's 3. And then if you're not already on them, then okay. But you're giving them all this time to basically bargain with you. I'm like, nah, man. He's got to go straight in there. But the difference is, I guess overall too, when I tell him to do something, he just does it. It's like, all right, it's time to clean your, whatever it is. And he's like, all right, cool. Comes downstairs. It's done. What about under the bed? Oh, shit. He goes back upstairs. But yeah, man.
I don't count. I just look at him and I'm like, "Hey, do we need to go have a talk?" As soon as they hear that, "No, Daddy." And they take off to go do whatever they got to do. I think he gets it though. I think they do it at school.
What, counting?
Yeah. Like, hey, guys, hurry up. Because I've heard them do it before. They're like, okay, it's time to go outside. Line up. 1, 2. Little kids are like scrambling around.
Yeah.
Juniors punching people in the face.
Can you back that microphone up a little bit?
Yeah. Here, is that better?
No, towards me. Yep.
There?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your manly voice is topping out the.
Sorry. I
It
apologize.
happens.
But my wife did say, I guess he has personal space issues now.
Really?
Yeah. He's like me.
Yeah.
He doesn't like people following real close behind him.
Yeah.
So the teacher said, like, if they're in line going somewhere at school and the person behind him's too close,
Yeah.
he doesn't say anything. He just turns around and starts going ham.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
I guess he
wild.
smacked some kid up the other day.
Eh.
And the teachers was like, he told you to back off.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think he gives him like one warning. You're
Right.
too close. This is
Right.
what he'll do. And then he turns around and just lights him up. I'm not mad at him.
Yeah. I get like that sometimes.
You're like that all the time.
I just
Let's
don't
be
like people.
honest.
Why are you behind me? Why? Or if we're this close and we're walking somewhere and you're in the middle of the hallway, hey man, pick a side.
Yeah.
And even when I'm driving, I'm like, why does this guy follow me? Why? I don't know. I think I'm going crazy.
No, I think it's called just common decency and courtesy.
It bothers me when people follow me. It bothers me when people are behind me. Or people are in front
You know
of
what
me.
bothers me is when people are on their phones with their heads down and not watching where they're walking.
Yeah. Texting's bad too. You know what I do?
Like, I'm gonna blast if you've got one more step, and I'm going to blast you if you don't look up.
I like to walk in their way. When they're head down and texting, I'll go, God, I'll go to the right a little bit. And then they get about this far, I go, hey. And they go, oh,
Yeah.
Jesus, man. Yeah. I don't know.
That shit happened the other day when I was walking to work.
Yeah.
A dude was on his phone in the middle of the sidewalk.
See, why?
But he
Pick
was
a
in
side.
front of me, right?
Yeah.
And then he kept. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just.
No matter which
I'll
side
just
you
pass
pick.
him, right?
Yeah.
But he kept, because he was on the phone and looking down, he kept going left and right,
Yeah.
all over the freaking sidewalk.
Right.
Finally, I was like, and he looks up, and I just walked around him. I was like, come on, man. When I
And
walked
you're-
around him,
You're wrong for going, hey, dipshit, look up.
yeah, like he got personally offended by me clearing my throat.
It's because his dad never offended him.
He was older than me,
Doesn't matter. Oh, man.
like by a significant margin.
Yeah.
Like, I know I got gray hair, but he was full bald. I'm talking, he's probably late 50s, bro.
His dad. I blame it on the dad.
Yeah, but if he was late 50s,
Don't matter.
he grew up in a time where they probably put hands on him.
Don't matter. The reason I act the way I act is because I grew up fearing a man. Dad.
Yeah.
I always thought, I could beat his ass, but I was like, I hope we don't have to fight. You know, that kind of thing. So it's easy to perpetuate that. That's probably it.
I'm still, I think I would still probably, I still wouldn't want to fight with my dad.
Yeah.
Because he's just got that old man, for lack of a better term, retard strength probably.
He's
going on.
probably so experienced. After
yeah.
you threw a couple punches or wrestled with him a little bit, he's like, I give him 2 minutes. And he would just back up 4 inches and think either the perfect shot or the perfect hold. And you're going, how did he do this? Or how is he doing this? Because you can't move. And you're going, what the fuck is going on? It happens.
Just as long as you make sure you're that way with your kids.
Yeah, I try to be. My wife, you're angel. She can do anything. With you. She sent me a video of my daughter not using her manners, and it enraged me because my wife was so passive with how she was correcting her. Me, thump to the forehead, easily. Think, what did you say? While they're holding their head, swelling, probably a little CTE, think, what'd you say? I want to think. May I have? Yes, you may. I don't think parents understand the impact they have on their children.
See, I'm nicer than you. I at least say excuse me. I give him a couple before I put hands on him. Well, she's tiny too, though, so I mean, she'll figure it out. Because
Yeah.
Junior now, he's really polite. My 6-year-old is the one every once in a while she'll be like, excuse me, oh, what I mean was, okay,
Right.
thank you.
Yeah. Excuse me, are okay, but I try to.
Their big one is yes, sir.
What do
Yes,
you
sir,
mean?
and yes, ma'am. I make sure my kids say that all the time.
Yeah, I'm not into the sirs or man, but yeses and nos because it's so definitive. At
Yeah.
least I don't care as I hate because what do you want for dinner? I don't care. It's like cardboard to me. You don't care, right? Well, at least if they say yes or no, it's some direction. So I'll give them that.
Well, I mean, yeah, like that. But
Yeah.
like if I'm having an actual talk with them
Yeah.
where I'm getting a point across, it's a yes, sir, or yes, ma'am.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, if
Right.
we're having a talk, yeah.
Yes. You need to make sure I need to hear that, yes, sir, or we're going to keep having this conversation.
And I try to give them an out too. Like, if you don't understand, that's fine. Just tell me you don't understand because I can't. I can rephrase this or show you, draw it, whatever. But I need to know. That's actually a yes or no.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.